Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got me a little Modelo beer here.
Okay, I see you got the Modelo.
Yeah, so I
I
said,
had to I had to
let's take a good sip of it.
I had to bust open the emergency. I dreaded this beer because I didn't like it when I had it a long, long time ago. But I don't think I ever rated this on the show. It is
What
called
kind of beer
Laser.
is it?
It's called Laser Snake. Three Floyds.
Oh, lasers. Oh, you got some weird names coming up there.
Yeah, yeah. I am. I'm not going to lie to you. I am probably going to give this a one. I thought this was terrible. Oh yeah, that smell. Well, what are you going to rate the Modelo, Grandpa?
Well, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Give
It's
it a
always
six.
been pretty constant there, you know. So
Old reliable. Old
yeah,
reliable.
reliable. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you this now. Let me. My pre-rating for this is a one. This could go down.
Oh.
Mm, mm, ah. Mm. It tastes like how I imagine garbage water tastes like. Mm.
Oh man, I don't think I want
Yeah.
none of that.
I never want to drink. Like I'm drinking it because we got to rate everything, but I never want to drink this again in my life. Laser Snake has a cool. Laser Snake has a cool can, but it is a terrible beer, in my opinion. So
Well, you
you
got
know,
well, at least you got a pretty can.
yeah, it's got a nice can, but it's terrible. It's a terrible beer.
Mm,
Again, Laser Snake. It's terrible
yeah.
to me. Um, well, I don't know. I think I let Auntie Crystal and Uncle Pooh know. We'll see if they join. But things around the world. You excited to be running this weekend, Grandpa?
I didn't get the progress that I thought I was going to get, but I hope I'm able to even do enough to qualify. You know, I just want all I wanted to do was qualify for next year. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought I was going to have a blazing start, but I don't know, man. I don't know what he said in again. But
I mean,
I'm gonna give the old college try.
you gotta be more positive than that, Grandpa. This is supposed to be the shining light.
I was, man. I was positive it could be until until the day they got the knees got the egg. Well, I got tomorrow. Maybe I can clear that up tomorrow. I hope.
When are you leaving?
Huh?
When are you leaving?
Um. No. Saturday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know. I
Huh?
was asked Freddie. I called Freddie. Did a
I think you're going to get.
he on what?
You have to be leaving. What?
Oh, was at a meeting?
No, no. I said I thought you said you talked to him.
Yeah, he said he could make it 3. Yeah. No, you said gonna have
Yeah, yeah.
postpone to 3.
No, no. You said that you had to talk to him about what day you're going to the Florida.
Yeah, the Florida.
Senior live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
said you had
supposed
to
to.
ask him what day you. You said what day you're
Oh yeah. Well,
going.
I was gonna say. I think it's ooh, Friday. I guess we're gonna leave Saturday. I think. I don't
Y'all just
know.
going. Y'all just going for a day.
Well, Sunday and then come back Monday. I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 days.
Mm.
One day in Florida. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me. Let's start this over again, Grandpa. So you're feeling. How do you feel about it? Do you think you're gonna win you're gonna win this race, right? That's all. So what's supposed to happen here?
Well, April. I'm going down there to qualify for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But in that age group, I don't think there's about uh 3 at the most. You know, it's in my age group in Florida. But Next year it'll be all 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have semifinals and finals. Because they have so many people.
So this is just the qualifier.
But down here in Florida, at that age, just like in Michigan, if I was in Michigan, it'd be about a couple of people, in my age group.
Mm.
But the thing is, all I got to do is be able to make the rounds. A
Yeah.
little bit disappointing. How you doing, Frank?
All right. How you doing?
Okay. Hey, when we leaving?
Saturday.
Saturday? Oh, okay, Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old Saturday. We'll be there.
Okay. Well, we're just going. I was trying to get Grandpa to give us a pep talk, but he was just like, old age and things like that. Give us his war speech to get us all amped for it.
I thought it was gonna be much further ahead than I am.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I'm just finishing up a meeting.
Well, Grandpa, you just got to go down there and win it. That's all you got to do. You just got to go down there.
Well, I ain't worried about winning it. There's 3 positions, right?
Yeah.
You got a gold, silver, and bronze, right?
Yeah.
So some of the things they put 2 people in there. Guaranteed if I can finish the rounds. I wanted to be kind of impressive, and show up, But that's what I got in. So I would give me, if I'm gonna give me 6 months to really shape up, put my whole heart into it, Because the biggie comes is going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
So it's every 2 years, but you got to qualify for the year before. But like I say, I could have qualified in Michigan if I could have, and my leg would have let me,
That's all right, but you got it.
You just got to make it. You just got to make it through. You just got to finish.
So I'm gonna give it my best shot there, just to qualify.
What do you got to do to qualify? You just got to finish, or what? What's the situation?
Yeah, you got to finish. That's all. But like
That's
I
it?
say, see, you got to get a gold, a silver, and a bronze, or a bronze to qualify, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you ain't got but 2 people in there, you guarantee some if you can finish,
Right.
So I don't know.
Okay. Auntie's creeping back up to regular cast member status.
Oh, snap. Check this out.
Oh, everybody not about to do me today. That's what we're not going to do. Hey, Pops.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm going to speak to the nice Taylor man. The
How you
sweet
doing?
Taylor man. Not talking to you. Not talking to you.
Are those some different glasses you got on there?
I've had them for a while, but I don't wear them a lot.
Oh, you don't wear them? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
look
very
at
common.
Pops even noticing stuff. Look at this.
Yeah, very
I mean,
common.
it all looks new to us because we haven't seen you in so long on a consistent basis.
Okay, nephew. I see.
It's all right. I'm just, I gotta get my last few bits of humor out because the baby gonna be here in a month.
A month?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good Capricorn, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you feeling, nephew?
You said Capricorn. Grandpa heard Cracker Jacks. He's like, let me get some of those.
Look it. I have not had Cracker Jacks in so long, but I bet today will be fire right now.
Are Cracker Jacks just caramel popcorn with peanuts in it or something?
Yes, but they put caramel on the peanuts too.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, man.
I don't think I've had none in quite a while.
Me either, Pop.
Huh?
I said me either.
I don't even know. I don't even know if they sell those at the ballpark.
Yeah, Yeah, shit. I'm gonna have to look see if I can find her son, Pops.
Yeah.
So nephew, how you feeling? With the
I'm all
baby
right. Just
about to be
getting ready.
a daddy at 2.
I'm
You know.
gonna have to get a little closer. I keep missing that. Well, that ain't nothing unusual, is it? I hear part of something.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with it. Just waiting. It's really Ashley. Because she's doing all the work
Thank you for
to make sure
acknowledging
she's
that.
okay.
Thank you for acknowledging that. Your uncle, I
Look.
don't know if you saw your uncle, he just shook his head like I'm lying. Like y'all put in work when it's time to have a baby. Hush up.
I mean, there was work to be had, just not as much as y'all.
I'm just there. See what I'm saying?
It doesn't even compare.
You got to manage and coordinate all this.
Hey, I look at it like this.
Pops, if you put that
The
coat
Earth,
on.
No, I ain't putting no coat on. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to not my heat. But I'm trying to improve my hearing.
Oh, okay. What'd you say, Joshua?
like I was saying, it's not about. See, the Earth nourishes the seed, but the farmer has to plant it. See, people forget the man's part in planting the seed.
No, we know, but like I always say, you had a little fun for a few minutes and then you were done. That was it. That's it. That's all.
I don't know. I like to think it was more than a few minutes, but
Okay. we go pat you on the back and say for a couple hours. How about that? I give you that much credit. That don't mean nothing. That is nothing in comparison. Nothing.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, it was so you missed the first part of it, but I tried to get Grandpa to give us a rousing speech about his victory this weekend, and he was just like, "Oh man, if my legs can carry me."
Oh, I'm so jealous I can't go. Because so you ain't asked, but look what I got, babe. It's been a hell of a week, y'all.
Oh, I'm coming to get my share.
You didn't share last week. Anywho, I'm so jealous I ain't gonna make it. So let me tell you about your uncles, Joshua. I can't put it on Pops. They went and bought themselves tickets to come watch Pops run. Didn't even think about me at all. Just like,
wow,
how? Like, how long we been talking about going?
Lies.
I'm speaking nothing but truth. He was like, "Yeah, me and Hank going." What you mean, you and Hank? Like, where's my ticket? Like, I've been wanting to go see Pops run again for I don't know how long, but nah, played me shady. Yes. But I can't wait to get the video.
Uncle Poover told me like an hour before they bought tickets. He's like, "Yeah, we're about to go to Florida." I feel like, "Oh, Florida for what?" I'm thinking they're trying to skip out and go to Cuba early. And he's like, "No, we're gonna go to Grandpa Senior Living."
Oh, so he told you before they even got the tickets?
Like right before.
No, you said an hour. He gave you a heads up.
I mean, that's right.
I got told after. So Joshua was invited. I wasn't even invited.
I understand that time. What you talking about?
Joshua knew before y'all even got the tickets.
Hey, I ain't bought the tickets. Who bought the tickets? Throw Pops in there.
Wow. That's enough. Yeah. So what we talking about today? Oh, so we talking about the race. So Pops, how you feeling?
Like I said, I had much more problems. I thought I was going to go down there and raise all kind of hell. Now I'm hoping I can go down there and finish the race.
Why are you feeling like that all of a sudden?
My knees kind of went back to their old ways, But I'm gonna work on the night there.
I got something I want you to take. A couple things. I'm gonna send them with your baby boy.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send them with
your baby boy. I got some things. This sound like wizardry.
No, like honestly, Pops, do you take collagen?
Collagen?
Yes, sir.
I haven't taken any, but I don't think it wouldn't hurt me. Why?
So because after I exercise and stuff, and even sometimes if I'm not exercising, there's this I take BCAAs, right? So branch chain amino acids, but I have one that has collagen in it. And whenever I don't take it, I can tell by my knees. But when I take it, my knees feel real good. So
it sounds like something I want to hear about.
as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm just gonna send you some because I'm gonna get on Amazon and send you some now. So I want you to start drinking that and just drink that once a day. Like I think it's like 8 ounces or something like that. And just start
It's something you drinking.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
It's
like imagine like a recovery drink, like after you work out. It's like that.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Let me get on Amazon right now. Order for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That and I'm putting the CBD too, so you can rub it on your knees beforehand and get them nice and relaxed.
Some what now?
The CBD, like that salve to rub on you. It's like I guess think of it like an icy hot to relax your.
Okay. Yeah, I've been using some. I've been using this Blue Emu. But
Blue Emu.
I've gotten to where I wanted to get.
Grandpa, you say you taking Blue Emu?
No, I rub with it.
What is Blue Emu?
Can you see it?
No, you got the wrong camera.
Look like
looks like a icy hot or something.
Remember it do though, but remember the soft blue. Put it on your hair to get your finger waves.
Oh, Blue Magic.
Blue Magic.
I think I still have my original jar of Blue Magic that I put in high school at my mama's house.
The green one smelled better. I used to like the green one better than the blue.
What is Blue Magic?
The orange can?
I don't know. That might
Murray's
pomade.
Now Murray's you give to a baby when they're born to keep them until they're an adult.
That's
all you need is a little bit of Murray's hair grease.
It never comes out your hair. Ever.
People have Murray's hair grease cans longer than they have relationships.
You so silly. So silly.
I know I was waiting for Uncle Pooh Bear today because I know he's got a lot to say about some stuff that happened this past week.
If I gotta hear this again, I'm gonna go head out there. I'm gonna head out because I've been hearing the local rants. Y'all only get as much as he can type.
I don't know what you're talking about. I got it all out.
All I know is I wanted Grandpa to hear this because I understand how people feel on both sides. Before we talk, this is like sure we're talking about the same thing. Grandpa, do you think under the circumstances I'm about to give you, someone is a sellout? Okay, so Grandpa, you go to you're a football coach. You go to a school. You tell everybody at the school that God told you that you're supposed to come here and save this program, and then 3 years later you just dip and say it's not about the money, which it might not have been. But is that person a sellout?
First, I thought my initial thinking was it was a sellout, but then I got some deeper stuff, of Dion. He went there suspecting he was going to get some help, and he ain't getting no help from nobody, not even alumni, So he had the 3 years he spent trying to build this program. It was all him, Then he tried to, get a little help from some other people, and they said no. So he just said, well, heck with it, I'm gone,
I don't know where y'all done rationalize this information from, but that is totally false. Patently false. Now, the fact that he might not got tens of millions of dollars from his alumni because Jackson State don't
hardly give him nothing,
They don't got nothing. That's the problem with HBCUs because people come.
The alums from HBCUs do have something.
Money,
yeah. We're talking about alums. We're not talking about the school itself. You're talking about alums. And there are a lot of very, very successful alums from HBCUs.
Yes, successful alums is That's the operant word. What type of success are you talking about? Because when they graduate from Michigan's long history and lineage, they have people with goo gobs of money that's looking to throw it away. To give it away for worthy causes. And this is what I'm talking about.
Now,
It's not that Jackson State don't have
thing you
any
said
of
was
those.
correct.
Yeah,
The first
I'm
thing
talking
you
about-
said was correct. Throw it away.
Yeah, goo gobs though. So much money that I gotta give it away for a tax advantage, right? There's different, so that's a different scenario. And not getting no money. He got money from Walmart. He got money from American Airlines. He got money from Under Armour. Like, what are we talking about? He's bringing in commercial money for endorsements. Money's coming in. That wasn't a problem.
Well, evidently, he didn't get the support he was looking for. He was on there. He tried to explain it on YouTube. So maybe I misunderstood. But he was saying they're going to call him a sellout and everything. He said, but there was evidently some conflict between him and the administration or something or whatever.
Well, let me say this one thing before y'all really get into it. I think that there's two things I want to say real quick. I think as Black people, we throw the word sellout quickly at something before we get all the information at times. And the second thing is, up until yesterday, I didn't really have a problem with what he did until I heard somebody say, and then I looked up myself, where he proclaimed that the Lord told him to do this. And when I start hearing people talk about God in the sense that the Lord told them directly to do something, and it just sounds, now far be it for me to say who was talking to him, because I don't know, I wasn't there, but it always sounds a little pulpitish, like you trying to take money out of the community type situation when you start talking like that to me. That's my opinion.
I'm gonna let you in.
He did give him 3 years at the time, but he saw he wasn't going nowhere.
Let
Auntie say 12-0.
Let Auntie say she's about to say, because she got her finger up.
Before that, nobody called him a sellout. That was Pop saying. He said they gonna call me a sellout, right? That's like an old psychology tactic. But go ahead, Chris.
All right.
Nobody called him. Man, that's all on the YouTube. Is calling him they've been calling him sellout. Everybody was.
Bro, you know they called him sellout. You know they did.
It's on YouTube.
You know they did.
I just
see. And y'all may be using different terms, but it's still sellout. Whether it's Uncle Tom sellout,
if I'm mad at you,
all of that stuff is still sellout. So, but what I was gonna say, I was gonna play devil's advocate, just for fun. So, okay.
That's where he decided to try to explain his position.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I said he was a sellout. After 3 years there and building the program, and all of a sudden he decided to leave for Colorado.
So what if? So
anyway, evidently Colorado been having a big problem there because they done got rid of 3 Black coaches there in Colorado. Is that right?
Well, they didn't get rid of them. The first one left and came to Michigan State. Shout out to Mel Tucker. And then everything else happened the way it did. Yeah. Mel Tucker was there for 1 year, and then Michigan State wrote him a check, and he left.
Must be the money.
But what were you saying, Auntie?
I was going to say devil's advocate to your Jesus comment on how that's what bothered you. What if the Lord did tell him to go? And what if the 3 years that he went there, that he was there, he started to build the program? Ain't nothing. First of all, ain't no program ever really going to be completely fixed, right? So he did a lot more for the school than it had gotten, right? So what if that was that was the mission that God told him, and then God told him to go do something else?
That's what he said.
It was 3 years.
That's what he said. God called me for my new location.
That's what I say. So God didn't tell him that he had to be there, or tell y'all he had to be there for 5, 10, 15.
That's fair. That's fair. When you say like that, that's understandable. Like I said, when I originally said it, I don't know if he did or not. I'm just saying that in our community, politicians have this habit of coming in, going to our churches, and we should have your vote for these reasons, but without tangibles. Yeah. And that's what I thought about when I heard that he said that, and then I heard him say it, and I was just like, this doesn't feel right because of these reasons historically to me. Now, it could have been copacetic, and like the point you made, he did bring a lot of attention, HBCUs are getting TV time on major broadcast networks. They're getting money, and in my opinion, they should not be trying. They collectively should not be dogging Dion. They should make it a big up and be like, "Hey,
they're not."
Some coaches were. Some coaches were having an issue. But what I'm saying is they should just use the momentum. They should use the momentum to keep building because they're like, hey, y'all don't have to take us off your show, off your TV stations just because Dion left. Y'all were supporting us then, and then go from that end. Like, keep supporting us. If y'all want us to keep growing, like he planted the seed, which to me is how I looked at it. Like, what is this? Champ? I don't need that. But that's how I looked at it. I think if people just don't harp on the negative side, what they think it is, and go for what he actually did to build, then there's a chance that they could still get momentum and still get more money for the university, and not just for the athletic department. I mean, that's just how I look at it.
So, how many ways I could take that, but I'll stick with where you at, yeah, because you really, I'm gonna go there because you made the comment that really is why I'm disappointed. I started off disappointed. As the more I talked about this, I actually did get upset at him.
He showed that he had to sit up.
Yeah, like, it doesn't really matter because he's doing this thing like he gonna do it anyway.
You talked to Dion?
Nah, but I'm upset with him though.
Oh, you said you talked to him about it. I was just like, wait a minute.
Oh no, I don't know him like that. Nah. I'm just a fan, right? But you said and start getting money for the rest of the students, for the rest of the schools. This is why I'm upset with him. The guy calling, hey, people been pimping Jesus since apparently he been talked about, right? So he just one more person pimping the Lord, right? But when he started talking about coming back to save HBCUs, and he started the rhetoric around why should our top athletes and our top students and our top minds be going to PWIs instead of HBCUs? That's what we need. We need to reinstitute a strong HBCU system, and we can do that if the top flight athletes come here. Athletes should, what they call them, 5-star athletes should come to the HBCUs instead of PWIs. And he hyped up the mission being coming back to start a resurgence of HBCUs. That's what he was selling. That's what people got excited. That's why football watching fans tuned in every Saturday to see and follow Dion and the movement around HBCUs. And he pitted against the PWIs, and then he left and went to one. That is nasty. That is culture vulture-ish. If that makes him a sellout, and that's not the language I'm using, he's just a culture vulture. He came in, he harped on Black people's pain, our suffering, our desires, our hopes. And for those of us that are aware enough, you know that the impact that money and sports has on all the students, all the student body, all the facilities that they live in. And if you bring hundreds of millions of dollars and flood that into an HBCU conference, all them schools going to be changed forever. That's what he was selling. And so when he turned his back and go to PWI and talk about, he literally said Black 5-star athletes shouldn't go to PWIs. They should go to HBCUs. But now he about to recruit all of them to his. Just say you wanted to be a national championship coach, and that's what you was on. But if he would have did that, people wouldn't have got behind him at Jackson State like they did, and I wouldn't have been one of them. That's why I'm off the train. I don't care what he does. Go blue, go green, right? I get shout out to Joshua. We going go Michigan State too, right? I don't even.
Now it's a family affair.
But that was something that Steve Harvey says. Steve, because they were saying that they suspect that he wants to eventually become an NFL coach, and then this was the trajectory that he need to follow. And they were just disappointed because they wish that they knew that he just wanted to be a good coach. Like that was his goal. Don't just say that you come to save everything. Like just say, you know what?
Well, the only thing I can say, maybe if y'all listen to him, listen to him as to why he left, maybe you might not call him a sellout too. I don't know the underpinning stuff that went on.
I really don't care what his reasoning is. Like I said, It's not really his fault that I'm mad and I'm upset because I believed it. I bought the shit. I was hook, line, and sinker, defending, arguing, talking about it, how special this could be. I consistently said they would put up a statue of him on every HBCU university. Because I'm thinking he gonna stay there for the next 20, 30 years. And what he did over 3 seasons, he was gonna flip everything on his head. It would have been so amazing. I bought into that, and it's really my fault because he never said all that. He never said that.
I mean, that's still a possibility as long as the people continue to support. But it can't. I mean, it's over if people want it to be over. But I hear you. It's like so to what Auntie said, what Steve Harvey said about him wanting to be an NFL coach, right? I blame that on the system itself because it shouldn't be this much tumultuousness for a black man to have to finagle away to be anything when they hired Jeff Saturday off ESPN, who never coached anything past high school. So that means a white man can coach high school and go straight to the NFL, but a black man got to quote unquote portray his community and build up all this other stuff to take the long way that's supposed to be the way.
But even what you're saying right there, because what you're saying is they got institutions that they can just elevate their people at will with no background, no anything. They could just elevate their people. But if Deion would have stayed at the HBCU, we could have developed our own institutions that had the strength to raise and develop their own people. This goes back to $40 million slaves. This goes back to Rube Foster and the Negro Baseball League. Deion's Jackie Robinson. He left the Negro leagues to jump into the play with the white boys, and all the time, energy, and money that was building up and galvanizing around that left with it.
Okay. And I jump in and play devil's advocate again. I like devil's advocate. Usually it's Freddie Taylor job, but I'm taking it today.
Apparently, I'm the advocate.
But no, just thinking about it, because listening to you speak, it reminds me of how much pressure, like it feels like the black community is the only one who does this. I don't hear it too much in other communities, but we put so much pressure and expectations on one person. It sounds like, everybody realize how much money Oprah had. Oprah should be doing more. Oprah could do more. Oprah's already doing a lot. So it's like at this point, and I'm not, honestly, I don't follow a lot of this shit, right? So I'm not saying yay or nay, but I'm just saying from what I'm hearing is that it sounds like the pressure to be the savior of HBCUs was put on his shoulders. What about all these how about all these damn politicians, all these other celebrities who came from HBCUs? What are they doing? How are they putting their names and their faces on these schools? Like where are those expectations for those people? Why has everything been put on Deion to save HBCUs?
The truth of the matter is the pressure and expectations on all of us because your ancestors died for much more than what we got going on.
But that ain't what people talking about though.
Socially, the pressure's on all of us. Right, but socially, he had the momentum and he had an opportunity. And I'll speak to
never even had to take it though.
And he didn't. No other race or ethnicity that pressure that what you said. Name another one that got our history on this planet over the last couple of 100 years. Nobody in America is in our position. So nobody, the dysfunction that we have, nobody ever looked like that because they haven't been intentionally created as a race and put in this position and are trying desperately to fight our way out of it. But the only way out of it is through unity. So if somebody got the drum that they can beat, that's going to bring the people on step, on cue, then yes, we're looking at you in this moment. It's in this moment. You ain't got to carry this weight forever, but in this moment, you got the sauce. Then we need you. Is it your responsibility? Can you go on and do something else? Absolutely. And that's everybody's individual choice.
What tenure would have been acceptable for you?
For me?
Yes.
Cooper wanted him to be buried on campus in a pyramid.
You just say he ain't got to be there forever. But so how long, like what amount of contribution
it's really,
is acceptable?
for me, it really wasn't about time. It was more about the impact. So the impact, he had a impact, but there would have been a point between today and what I was talking about, dreaming about, where the tide turned, where all of the best black athletes going to black schools.
That sounds like some incremental change.
No, that's not incremental change. I'm telling you, when the tide turns and the best athletes in football and basketball start going to HBCUs, and then all the cameras and attention have to go to HBCUs, and then when all that money starts to
don't
flood
you
the
think that all these
HBCUs,
other HBCUs need a big name to bring in themselves? Dion was at Jackson State. That doesn't mean that now folks are going to FAM and going to Fisk and going to all these other schools, because Dion's at Jackson State. So for us to build the enrollment at these schools, the recruitment, that means that there are more names, more faces, more influence needed, and that he can't be the savior for the whole HBCU system.
so he
was a pioneer for it, because maybe what if this was, especially with all this heat, maybe there's somebody else sitting in the wings, like you were joking the other night, Drake and Snoop. Who knows who's sitting in the wings, like, you know what he started was admirable. I want to finish it. And a collective of people come in and say, yeah, we're going to finish. But we need to be in more schools. So what if this Deion Sanders going to Jackson State did do something and start bringing people and start making people see it? Because he wasn't going to be able to do all of that by himself. He was still going to need some more help.
So you're right.
And his reason for leaving, that's what I want you to do. Listen to him and then make comments as to why he left. I didn't explain exactly right, but maybe there's more in-depth thought involved in it.
I've heard some of his comments on that, and my position is I don't really care what he says, because my frustration is just built around my misinterpretation of what I thought that he wanted to do. So it's not, I don't need a reason on why he left. He didn't fulfill the dream that I made up, right? See, I'm not like pushing the blame at nobody. I made myself delusional. I started drinking Kool-Aid that he wasn't even serving, right? I roofied myself. Yeah. That's not funny. I shouldn't have said that. But Chris, I feel like I don't feel like you're right. You're right. You need players to go to the other teams too that make people watch. But the thing about it, for me, my opinion, we'll see over the next couple of years, the eyeball is about to go away from HBCUs and JSU. People was only paying attention because it was Deion making a spectacle every week. His social media game, his this, his that. And in the clip that everybody's parroting, and I know I'm talking way too much, but in the clip that everybody is parroting, he left the blueprint. Deion left the blueprint. Now we know how to make it win. All that came from Shannon Sharpe. I saw Shannon Sharpe say it in the morning, right? The other day. Skip Bayless, in the very next sentence, destroyed all of that argument. And his argument was he gave you the blueprint. He leveraged his relationships. He made a media spectacle, and not media spectacle. He recruited 4 and 5-star talent and played good football and took care of the facilities and leveraged his relationships and his charisma. Skip Bayless waited and listened to all this shit Shannon Sharpe said, and then he said, yeah, but nobody else is Deion Sanders. So
I would say that true, but who would have ever thought that he was going to come? Like, if we sit back and think, there are other names. Maybe
but God told him to do it.
Like, what? Sure. But what I'm saying is that Deion hadn't played in years, right? Nobody ever thought Deion was going to come out. There have been very dynamic, impactful players point blank in the period, right? Like, when you talk about some of your favorite players,
he's arguably the greatest player ever. There's an argument
for
him.
Name your top 5 that's still living. And why we got to stick on football? Why can't we go to basketball? Why can't we go to baseball? What I'm saying is that
why can't another star come in?
Yes, because you mentioned basketball recruits and all this other stuff. Why can't
it's got to be basketball or baseball? I mean, basketball or football for us. But even in basketball, I'll say what Skip Bayless was saying. who is Deion?
Answer my
It
question.
ain't
Who are
another
your top
Deion.
5? Who are your top 5 that's still living?
I don't know.
It's a hard thing to just think about randomly.
Yeah, you can't do that. But
No, it's not.
Deion,
They're
Barry
coming.
Sanders,
Barry Sanders. Who else?
Lawrence Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Pick somebody. Jim Brown.
Well, I don't know Jim more than
Yeah,
coach.
Jerry
right
Rice. I mean, I don't, man.
But what if one of them
Randy Moss,
decides to
I don't
jump
know.
up
Pick
and go
any
to
of them.
another school? It probably ain't gonna be JSU, but what if they started thinking about that, right?
Ain't
And
none
then
of them. Ain't
because
none of them got a tenth of the charisma and cachet.
you don't
And
know what relationships they got behind the closed doors.
yeah, but
You talking about on the screen who gonna be flashy talking
this
shit.
is why everybody showed up though. People only show.
But no, you don't know who got relationships with who got doggone networks where you ain't got to be flashy and loud. But on the strength of our relationship, we gonna give y'all some coverage. Everything gotta be
If
loud.
you're not exciting, you're not gonna get coverage, Chris. Eddie George is an NFL running back. He is at TSU right now, and I bet you 75% of college football watchers didn't know that. So you know that the non-watching football masses, which is who Deion Sanders drew in, they ain't got a clue. They don't care.
I'm curious. First of all, a lot of people didn't even know Eddie George. Like I knew Eddie George.
I said college football watching.
But what
they
I'm
know
saying
Eddie
is,
George from college.
So what I'm saying is because I'm just sitting there thinking, what if Shannon Sharp decides to go coach?
Shannon Sharp could probably pull it off.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. There are people who have personalities who are out there point blank. I just don't think that Deion is the only one because nobody would ever
Sharp would be close. But I actually read somebody made a better suggestion than Shannon Sharp, but he falls down in one area. And he has a desire to be a coach. So that's the thing. Shannon Sharp say he don't want to coach. That ain't his thing. Cam Newton. So they say Cam Newton just retired or whatever. He's not playing no more.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about him wanting to be a coach, this and that. Talked about his charisma level, his connections, all of that. Like, that was the best thing that I heard. The problem is Cam Newton and his connection to black culture, it ain't the same. It ain't nowhere near Deion. In fact, they like Cam Newton like a black white boy. Like, so it's like, but he got the charisma. He got the conversation. He loud, he boisterous, he fun, he confident. I guess
what if Reggie Bush wanted to? Reggie been all over the shit. Reggie's still young.
Reggie Bush is not the person you want.
Reggie Bush is not it.
Well, I take it back there. I remove that one. I just don't think Deion is the only one. And I don't think that's the only sport.
Drake could do it.
Who?
Drake.
No.
But I'm saying, Deion is a superstar. Deion Sanders is not, he's not a somebody that's in the Hall of Fame. Like Shannon Sharp is in the Hall of Fame. Deion Sanders is Michael Jackson, bro.
Deion Sanders just loud.
He Michael Jackson. And he's
Deion
arguably the best player ever.
Deion Sanders might actually be the best pro athlete in American history.
He might be the best pro athlete.
No, like because he's in the NFL Hall of Fame and he's in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
What? He played two professional
sports at a high level.
He played football and Major League Baseball in the same week.
No, in the same day. It was the same 24 hours. Didn't he? So what was it? Didn't he win a Super Bowl and then turn around and win
when they went to the World Series?
He won. So I was about to say he almost did it both at the same time.
Yeah.
Like no one has ever came close to doing that at two
Deion Sanders athletically is on another planet. The dude is an alien. So, but that's what gives him that incredible credentials in the black community. He just came and used HBC. I heard an argument. Somebody said Deion wanted to be a head coach, but he didn't want to be nobody's assistant. So he went to the HBCU because that's the place that he could coach at that level without being an assistant beforehand. Now, Chris, what you maybe don't know is he's been making waves for years as a high school coach. He's been high school coaching forever. But that same social media game and stuff, he was playing on a small level. They went to JSU, played it up, but he could become a head coach. I can build up this hype and then jump to a Power 5 school and go compete for a national championship. Had I known that was his angle, I just wouldn't have got it on the train. And that's what I think that's what all the people are saying. We really thought he cared. Now he at Colorado, 1% of the university is African American.
I think that I think the problem is that we're taking too much time and talking about him leaving as opposed to talking about like what's next, how to maintain it. Because if we just consign ourselves to saying, well, it's over, that's it. I mean, then it will be. I mean,
you need an explosion.
I'm not saying it's going to be some superstar level, but it doesn't have to be what it was. It doesn't have to go back to that.
No, we got to go back to three years ago before Deion Sanders came and made, or 4 years ago before he made that decision. The whole conversation was, man, we just need a Fab Five to show up at a HBCU, right? You don't even need 5 of them. Really, just 2 or 3 of the best players in the nation in basketball go to H. We just need that explosion of talent, and then for it to get on the national stage. Because once it does that, then the money flows in. Because if the number 1 basketball player go to Howard, I don't give a damn. The TV is coming. The TV came to LeBron James when he was in junior high. The eyeballs is coming. The basketball is the only sport that an individual can go and change everything. And if they pull off a Fab Five and you got to put them in the tournament and they go in that tournament and they kick them white boys' ass, boy, that next year look different.
The more you talk about ifs, like everything you say had an if in front of it. Like you can't string a bunch of ifs together. That sounds like you're asking for a miracle.
You shouldn't. I certainly can. Maybe you shouldn't, but I mean, but I don't know. I don't got no practical long route, to awakening. I mean, unless you talk about what we doing and talking to the babies and trying to get to the kids so that they grow up to be adults, that's different. But that's a long play. I was looking for the home run.
Oh, I understand. Hold on, I gotta head into this meeting, y'all. But this has been riveting. It's nice to see Auntie join the cast again to be a cast member.
I was fired up.
She tried to trick us by changing her glasses to make it seem like she wasn't the same person. But we knew she was. Grandpa's asleep, so we'll just end the show. I want to give your final thoughts because he is knocked out.
I gave all my thoughts.
Auntie, want to give your final thought?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm back up. No, I'm not. I don't know. Like I said, I really don't have an opinion on Deion for him. But I do wish that our community would stop putting so much pressure on one person, so much expectation, and let's just all collectively do this shit. Like, be grateful, thankful that somebody got in and started something, lit the match. All right, they dropped the ball. Let's pick that mug up and keep running instead of bitching about it. Us talking about him dropping the ball ain't getting us nowhere. Let's just see who can replace it and make this shit even better. That's how I look at it.
I'm gonna do
for my final thought. I like what Auntie said. That'll be my final thought too. I'm gonna piggyback off that. So,
Pops, you got a final thought?
Final thoughts? Time for the final thoughts?
Yes, sir.
No, just my final thought is give Deion one chance and listen to what he had to say, and then let's talk about it again.
Okay.
Final thought.
Okay.
Because I dogged him, man, when I first heard he's going to Colorado. But then when I listened to what he was saying, it made some sense. Maybe not enough sense, but it made some sense.
Okay. I want to see what you heard because I listened to him at his press conferences. I heard that he's still a black man. I am an African American. I heard all that.
I think.
Oh, you did. You heard the interview?
This will be my final.
I heard some of it. I don't know what you heard, but I obviously didn't hear what you heard because I felt like he gave an All Lives Matter interview.
This is my final thought.
Oh, okay.
I think that I think, like Archie said, we should just pick it up and keep going because I think we should do that anyway, regardless. And the other side of it, I think that dang, I lost the train of thought. But I do think, like I said at the beginning, I think we're very quick to call people sellouts. I think that we should only use that like when we're definitely sure, because there could be times where someone's not selling out, and now we just threw somebody on the bus and vilified them before we got all the facts. In this particular instance, I don't feel entirely comfortable doing that, given that all people got, like I don't say all people got to do is, but we could essentially just pick up and try to maintain and keep it going and draw ourselves together and actually keep momentum going, as opposed to getting in the rut of calling people something and then blaming them for why things failed, as opposed to, well, why aren't you watching? Why aren't you supporting? Why aren't you doing this? Because it's on the people. The fans are what make fan bases. And if you aren't doing that, there's no money. So I mean, if you're watching because of Dion, you need to keep watching. Shoot, I didn't watch the games this year, but you know what I did? I turned the TV on in one of my rooms in the house, and that TV was showing something. You know, they're getting ratings for something. You don't have to watch the game. You can just turn the TV on. Little stuff like that. There's ways to support without you having to overextend yourself if you don't want to do that. Because I guarantee you, other people do that all the time. That's how you cycle your money in your community.
Are you trying to be on here another 20 minutes? Because I got shit to say, buddy.
I don't know, man. We can continue it next week. I do have to go.
Yeah, let's pick it up next week.
See you guys.